It's raining tacos from out of the sky. Tacos, no need to ask why. Just open your mouth and close your eyes. It's raining tacos.
It's raining tacos out in the street. Tacos, all you can eat. Lettuce and shells, cheese and meat. It's raining tacos. Yum, 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 yummity yum. It's like a dream. Yum, 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 yummity yum. Bring your sour cream.
Shell, meat, lettuce, cheese. Shell, meat, lettuce, cheese. Shell, meat, cheese, 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 cheese.
It's raining tacos. Raining tacos. Raining tacos. It's raining tacos.
It's raining tacos. Raining tacos. Raining tacos.
Lettuce, cheese.
It's raining tacos.
It's raining tacos from out of the sky. Tacos, no need to ask why. Just open your mouth and close your eyes. It's raining tacos.
It's raining tacos out in the street. Tacos, all you can eat. Lettuce and shells, cheese and meat. It's raining tacos. Yum, 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 yummity yum. It's like a dream. Yum, 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 yummity yum. Bring your sour cream.
Shell, meat, lettuce, cheese. Shell, meat, lettuce, cheese. Shell, meat, cheese, 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 cheese.
It's raining tacos. Raining tacos. Raining tacos. It's raining tacos.
It's raining tacos. Raining tacos. Raining tacos.
Lettuce, cheese.
It's raining tacos. Tacos.
This red ball, possibly one of the biggest tomatoes of all time. But now we had a problem. I had fallen completely off of my tomato plant with no other way of climbing back up. But then I remembered. I had left my pet mole somewhere in my garden before I planted the tomato, and now he's most likely been squashed. On the slight chance that he survived, I knew I had to act. Find a way to remove this gargantuan tomato once and for all. My shovel failed miserably, and so did my big shovel. Rocket launcher? More than useless. Even my tank didn't even begin to do the trick. Ended up having to fire 2 different nukes at this big fat tomato. What on earth have I created?
If you try to touch gloves with Jon Jones, he will assert his dominance. Most fighters touch gloves without thinking much of it, but for Jon, it's much deeper than that. Before Jon became champion, he would touch gloves on equal terms with his opponents, touching gloves at the same height and even shaking their hands. However, ever since he became champion, he started doing something different. Now, Jon always places his glove over his opponent no matter what. In this case, as Reyes puts his gloves out, Jon touches his glove from above. As Reyes elevates his hand for another glove touch, Jon once again goes above him. They go for one more glove touch, but Jon once again stays above him, not letting Reyes get a single edge. If you try to touch...
This guy committed to doing a backflip after every kilometer of this race. It seems like an easy enough goal, but as the day progresses, you can tell the running is taking a toll on the quality of his backflips. By the end of it, it's taking every bit of energy he has left to do a backflip, but he's sticking them perfectly still. The last kilometer comes, and he has only one more to do. This guy committed to doing a backflip.
Do you love your teeth?
No.
What don't you like about them?
Just the way that they look.
Do people ever make fun of you?
Yeah.
What do they say?
People tell me stupid things like boys will never like me with teeth like this and stuff.
This girl desperately needed braces, but her family couldn't afford it.
I can't fix that. She needs ortho real bad, but I'm not an orthodontist. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to pay for your braces. Your teeth should be as pretty as you are, and anything less than that isn't good enough.
Thank you. Don't even say.
Do you love your teeth?
No.
Time to get the coconut seed.
Yeah, boy.
Time to plant this.
Yo, you got the coconut seed?
Yes, sir.
Can I get one? No! Bruh.
The next day.
What the hell?
Whoa, how much is that?
Time to get the coconut seed.
Yeah, boy.
That's it.
What is this player doing? Why is he putting baby oil on his arms before playing football? This actually happened in a Premier League match. A big guy named Adama Traore, a player known for his incredible strength and speed. Many people say that his speed is comparable to Kylian Mbappe. He is a nightmare for every defender at that time. But one day, they found a new way to stop him by grabbing his muscular arms and making him lose momentum to accelerate. Every defender in the league started to use this trick to stop his explosive runs. Fortunately, the medical team and coaching staff of his team had an incredible idea. Make his arms slippery by applying baby oil. The next time when the defenders tried the same trick, they were unable to seize his arms because the oil made it impossible to get a grip. And that's how Adama Traore became unstoppable. What is this?
They get a $1,000 tip if they can spell this YouTuber's name correctly. But first, let's see if they can spell the easiest name. KSI. And since they got that one right, they get a $10 tip. But the names will only get harder as the tips get bigger.
Can I have a small latte? Your name, please? I show speed. They forgot the W and the speed.
But will be getting much harder.
Laser beam.
Unfortunately, she spelled it with an N instead of an M. But if the next barista can spell this name correctly, she'll get a massive $1,000 tip.
And your name? Jacksepticeye? Jack something guy. They get a $1,000 tip.
These soldiers kicked down the door and acted against the young man. His parents desperately reported him to the military because they've given up on trying to guide him. For years, he had stayed at home, constantly on his phone, refusing to go to school. Because his body became weak and slightly hunched due to a lack of physical activity. The military then brought him to a special training camp for undisciplined youths. There, he was trained to carry out various activities, such as personal hygiene, gardening, shopping at the market, and even practicing martial arts. But the purpose of this training was to restore his physical health and shape him into a disciplined individual. And even if he's not perfect, this boy deserves a like. These soldiers kicked down the door and acted against.
What happens if you call 911 but stay silent? You see, if you find yourself in a situation where calling police could get you unwanted attention, you should dial 911 and turn the volume all the way down. Now, you might think if you don't say anything, police won't be able to help, but they're actually trained for this exact situation. See, no matter what, the police always assume the call is serious, so if you don't say anything at all, they might assume you're unable to speak and ask you to give them a sign like tapping on your phone. But if you can't even do that, then they'll track your location down using your phone, so hide it and stay on the call until they arrive. What happens if you call 911 but stay silent? You see, if you find yourself in a situation where calling police could get
Today I wanted to test something. The gray mouse gives you a 10% speed boost. Stack 3 of these and you're faster than most players. So I challenged some players to a race where the winner gets 1 billion shekels. Our first contestant is Unicorns, who is running a humble farm with 21 million shekels. The rules are simple. First to reach the other side of the map wins. 3, 2, 1, go. I give Unicorns a head start, but no matter how many times I slow down, I catch up every time. It was a close race. I didn't even know who won. Unicorns gave me the win. Don't worry, she doesn't owe me 1 billion. Instead, I tried to give her my $1 billion rainbow moon melon, but she declined, so I just gave her a pet owl. Giving an owl wasn't enough, so I found 2 more contestants. LeBron, who was just starting, and Rick, who was growing only carrots, meaning she just started the game. First one to jump onto the gear shop wins. The race starts, and once again I outran them no matter how much I slowed down. But just for participating, I gave them each a $1 billion moon melon. And that's how brand new
Never mess with a high school student without a reason. Who knows? He might have a mafia don hidden inside him. It all started when a bit of water fell on this boy, and he immediately told the 2 bullies to apologize. Seeing him, they laughed. One of them even stepped forward to teach him a lesson. But what no one knew was that behind his weak appearance, there was the soul of a mafia don. Just a few days ago, Alishan was a high school student bullied by everyone at school. One day, he was so heartbroken that he climbed a footbridge, ready to end his life. But right then, a mafia don was passing by and saved him. When the don woke up, he realized something strange. He was now a high school student. Somehow, their souls had been switched. Diva, the real mafia don, was shocked by this change. Suddenly, one of his henchmen called out to him. Diva opened the door and found his own man standing there, but the ready to kill him. Diva couldn't understand why, but then he looked in the mirror and saw a different face. That's when it hit him. He was no longer himself. He tried to explain the situation to his gang, but they didn't believe him. Instead, they took him to his own memorial service. When he saw his photo there, rage took over. He decided to find his body to somehow get his soul back, but he had no idea how to do that. He thought of a way. He went back to the same
People were mad at this man after he commented on Eddie Hall's video curling a frying pan, saying that this is way easier than people think it is. But everyone had negative comments, calling him a liar and telling him to prove it if it was so easy. So he decided to purchase a brand new frying pan and did something absolutely mind-blowing.
Several people said, well, you do it then. Well, here it is. Brand new metal frying pan. There it is, kids.
People were mad at this.
This car mat was about to destroy this McLaren. The owner of this McLaren wanted to take his $300,000 car off-road to take photos on this cliff. But while doing this, the McLaren got stuck in place. So his friends had to come up with a plan to help. See, while one person is pushing from the front, they have 2 people bouncing on the back, trying to give the back wheels as much traction as possible. And when they finally got the car to reverse, a mat that helped got lodged between the car. Would you have gotten into this situation? This car mat was about to...
This father with his son when they got into a very unusual situation. The pickup driver in front of him slammed the brakes and stopped in the middle of the road for no reason.
Oh, come on, dude.
But it gets even worse as the driver decided to get out of his truck. Then he started screaming at the father, telling him to get out of his car.
Oh, what happened?
But without thinking,